Hello and welcome to Diamond Light Tantra. I'm Leora Lightwoman, and today I'm going to talk about a perhaps familiar theme for many people, which is that I might want more intimacy and connection with my partner, but they seem hesitant or reluctant or simply don't know what to do. So what can I do? Of course, it would be ideal if you and your partner came for some Tantra sessions. That would be wonderful. But how to get to that place, and how, if that's really not an option, can you move forward on your own in a creative and joyful way? And it really is possible. So obviously we're talking about a certain quality of relationship where your partner is essentially willing to allow things to improve as long as their own conditions are met. Most people have conditions, and it's worth understanding what are their reservations. So most couples have a history, and because of that history and because of our personal histories, how your partner might hear you is different from how you might be intending to communicate. So you might say to your partner, I find you incredibly attractive and I really want more intimacy. And they might hear, I'm useless and she's not happy with me and there's nothing I can do about it. So let's start with the theme of creating the ground. Creating the ground in a relationship that's essentially a decent or good enough relationship where there is some desire from the other, some willingness to create something better on behalf of both of you. So you need to have a think about what's their pain, what is it that they're reluctant to engage with, and what is it in the relationship they might be resenting, and really look at ameliorating that if there's a way to do that. So if you're not doing the washing up, then your partner's huffing and puffing every day. In the middle of that isn't the best time to raise with them that you feel lonely and that you want them to be more emotionally available. So maybe you offer them to do the washing up for a period of time. And after that you say, and I'd really like 15 minutes of your time, and I'd really like us to connect, and I'll explain how that's going to happen. And see if they would like it. Find out what they would want if you had 15 minutes together. What would be their fantasy of that? So one way to create the ground is to regularly, in very small doses, have a good feeling with your partner. And one thing you can do is, if your partner is comfortable with eye contact, you can just take their hands and sit for a couple of minutes where you smile at each other and each share something you've really appreciated in the other in the last day or two. It can be tiny. It can be, I really like the way that you fold your clothes before you go to bed. It doesn't need to be anything profound, just settling. So once you're settled, you want to set the scene. And the scene is that this is for both of you. If your partner's not happy, not comfortable, you'd really like them to tell you, and you'll stop and readjust. So one way you can start is telling them something you love about the intimacy between you, something you really enjoy. And then just take that one tiny step further and say, for example, I love it when we're resting, watching TV, and you just stroke my hair. I wonder if tomorrow, after we finished our favourite programme, for 10 minutes we could just switch off the TV and you would continue to stroke my hair. I would really love that. So if your partner is feeling a bit beaten down, they think you holding the reins in the relationship and you're always wanting more and they'll never get there. One thing you can do is just let yourself become a little bit softer, become a little bit smaller, and just say to your partner something along the lines of, I feel a little lonely sometimes. I can see you're doing all these great things and name some of them. But I just long for a little bit more simple, trivial conversation, or you putting your hand on my tummy, or us lying in bed together without having to do very much. That would just fill my heart some more. And then you can leave it at that. You don't ask them to do anything. You just seed it. Give it a chance to grow. So there's a first step, and more to come. I would welcome your feedback. Please let me know in the comments and what you'd like more of. Please consider also subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much.